I'm with Greg Wersal. He's a candidate for the Minnesota Supreme Court. Greg, why are you running for office?
Well, I tell you, when most people go to vote for judicial offices and they flip over that ballot, they're going to look and they're going to say to themselves, who are these candidates and why should I vote for them anyway? And what I'm here to tell you is that isn't happening by accident. It's happening by design. It's happening because our Minnesota Supreme Court wanted it to happen that way. And they've actually basically created a sham election system that always results in the incumbent winning. And from my perspective, the Minnesota Supreme Court has basically stolen this election system, and that's why I'm running, because we need to reclaim it.
What are the important issues in the state?
Well, the most important issue is going to be the elections themselves. The judges on our state Supreme Court are backing a proposed constitutional amendment that would take away everyone's right to vote for judges. They want to create a system where all the judges are appointed instead of elected, and if they do that, they're going to be pretty much unaccountable to the public. It's a really bad idea, and we need to stop it.
And what would you like the voters to know about you?
Well, the first is that I believe in their right to vote, and I believe that they have the right to hold judges accountable. Now, the way we should do that is through free, open, and competitive elections. For 30 years, I've been an attorney practicing law, and for the last 15 years, I've been fighting about trying to create an election system that works for judges. In 2002, I won a case in front of the U.S. Supreme Court so that judicial candidates could actually state their views on legal issues. That had been prohibited by the Minnesota Supreme Court. And if you can't state your views on legal issues, how are you ever supposed to run for this office? In addition, they'd created another rule that said it was unconstitutional for candidates to personally solicit campaign funds. And again, if you can't raise the money for your campaign, how are you ever going to run for this office? I had another lawsuit and another win in 2005 in front of the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, where they struck down a rule created by the Minnesota Supreme Court that prohibited judicial candidates from getting political party endorsements. And this year, I won yet another lawsuit so that judicial candidates can now solicit campaign funds. So we're this close to having real competitive judicial elections in this state, and that's why now the judges are trying to do away with the elections altogether and move to an appointment process.
Do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, I do. I'd suggest that when they go to vote, I want them to flip over that ballot, and I want them to look for that word incumbent, because it'll be right next to the judge's name. And then I want them to realize that the reason they don't have information on these races is because those incumbent judges have kept the information from them. They've made an election system that didn't work. And I want the public, if they don't remember my name, to remember they should vote against the incumbent judges.